Hello everybody and welcome back to my CD collection series I'm doing. Today we'll be starting part 4 of my CD collection, and I think I'm going to go a little bit faster this time. It seems like it's going to take me forever to get through all these, so I'm just going to kind of speed things up a little bit. I kind of screwed up last time. I had some CDs out of order, so I'm going to finish up the letter C in this video here. Here we have some more Johnny Cash, and this is Johnny Cash and June Carter Greatest Hits album here. And then we have also Johnny Cash Ultimate Gospel. This is a good collection of his gospel music if you like that style there. And this is a fairly new one. I believe it came out in 2014. I think this is a collection of songs that his son John Carter Cash found, and they compiled them into an album. And then this one came out not too long ago, I think just last year. It's Johnny Cash, The Music, Forever Words. This is actually not Johnny Cash singing any of these, but it's a collection of his lyrics and poems and things like that. And it's recorded by artists of today mostly. And next up we have The Very Best of Ray Charles. This is a really good collection. Again, another Rhino release here. They do a really good job at putting out these greatest hits collections, I think. And here we have The Very Best of Chicago, Only the Beginning. This is just a slipcase for that one. And this is a 2 CD set, which is somewhat falling apart, it looks like. Yeah, that's basically everything I need for Chicago right there. Although I do have this in my collection. It is their greatest hits just from 1982 to 1989. So a lot of the same stuff there as the previous CD. Alright, now we'll get into the letter D here with The Very Best of Deep Purple. Another great Rhino collection here. And here we have Derek and the Dominoes, Layla, and Other Assorted Love Songs. A classic Eric Clapton album there. And this is a Neil Diamond. It's called the Ultimate Collection. I remember when I got this, I wanted to get a greatest hits collection that didn't have live versions of songs on it, and this one's got all studio songs on it, so I kind of was on the lookout for that, and I found it with this collection here. But I do also have the Essential Neil Diamond here. You can see the hype sticker. And here is Dire Straits' Money for Nothing, another greatest hits collection. And Willie Dixon, I Am the Blues. Again, another hits collection here. As you've noticed in previous videos, I do have a lot of greatest hits CDs, not too many albums really. This one's pretty interesting. It's a Dr. Demento 20th Anniversary Collection. It's a 2 CD set. If you want to see the tracks on there, you can pause that. Yeah, it's basically the same cover art there, but And I'm not sure how many of you are fans of Dr. Hook or Dr. Hook and the Medicine Show, but I really enjoy especially their early albums. And I was lucky to find these online. This is their first 3 albums on, I think it's 2 CDs. And then I also got the next 2 albums are on, I think, 1 CD. So yeah, these are all digitally remastered. And I think from this point on, they kind of got into more of the soft rock type stuff, which I didn't care for too much. And here's Fats Domino, all-time greatest hits. And another one of the Essential series here. This is Donovan. Got 14 of Donovan's biggest hits. We have the best of the Doobies, the Doobie Brothers. I think there's a volume 2 to the best of the Doobie Brothers, but I don't have that one. Now I do have the complete Bob Dylan album collection box set. If you look back in my other videos, you'll see that. But this is an album that is not included in that set. This is his greatest hits album here. So I decided to keep the CD of that one. I think I got rid of the other ones that were duplicates from that box set. And then this is the CD that got me into Bob Dylan. Really, I listened to this a lot when I first got it. It's the Essential Bob Dylan. It's a 2 CD set with 30 songs. I think this is a really good collection. And this is my favorite Electric Light Orchestra greatest hits that I have. Well, it's the only ELO that I have, but it's been hard for me to find a greatest hits collection that's better than this, but I'm sure somebody out there will point me to one if they have one to offer. And this does have a booklet in here as well. It kind of goes through some of the timeline. One of my favorite ELO songs is Fire on High. I thought that was a pretty decent hit for them back in the day, but none of the greatest hits collections that I've found have that song on it, so I'm kind of disappointed in that, but everything else on here is really good. I did show this in a previous video, so I'll just kind of run through it quick here. This is the kind of a smaller box set type thing I got. The Eagles studio albums 72 to 79. It's just got their first 6 albums in here, and kind of a mini LP replica sleeves here. So if you want to see that more in depth, you can check out my earlier video on that one. But I do also have this earlier version of Hotel California by Eagles. And of course, everybody's favorite, Eagles, their greatest hits. And this is the first volume of that. One of the best-selling albums of all time. And then we also have the Greatest Hits Volume 2 here as well. Another good collection of songs. And we have the best of the Everly Brothers. I really enjoy this CD as well. It's got a lot of great songs on here. And Flatt and Scruggs, if you like early bluegrass music. This is 16 of their greatest hits. And Down in the Flood, that's a Bob Dylan song. They even cover Bob Dylan on here, so that's pretty cool. Here we have the very best of Fleetwood Mac. This is another one of my favorite CDs to listen to. Oops. I never know which way these things open. And here we have The Dance by Fleetwood Mac. I think this is a live CD or a live album when they all reunited. And The Very Best and Beyond of Foreigner. And here is Peter Gabriel. This is 16 Golden Greats. Another one of those BMG Music Club CDs I got. And here we have Al Green's Greatest Hits. Alright, on to the next stack here. Green Day, this is Dookie. I remember this album was really popular when I was growing up. That's the only Green Day album I got. I do have their greatest hits on vinyl though. And here we have Greta Van Fleet, From the Fires. This is basically their first two EPs combined onto one CD, which is a really good CD. I really enjoy these guys. And I got their debut album that came out just last year, which is another really great album, Anthem of a Peaceful Army. Have to be sure and check them out. They're really good. I saw them live last year as well, and they did a really good job live. Here we have the Guess Who's Greatest Hits. And Guns N' Roses Greatest Hits. And here's the Best of Merle Haggard. Really enjoy this collection as well. A lot of great stuff on here. The very best of Hall & Oates. This is kind of interesting packaging they got for this one. It's kind of a slide out cardboard sleeve type thing. Not a huge fan of that packaging, but the music is good nonetheless. And here we have Heart's Greatest Hits. And again, I think there's maybe a second volume of their greatest hits that kind of collects their later music. And Jimi Hendrix, The Ultimate Experience. We have Don Henley's Greatest Hits, Actual Miles it's called. And Herman's Hermits Retrospective. This is a really good collection of their hits as well. It's got the booklet kind of glued in here. I remember growing up, my parents had this on vinyl, the Hollies Greatest Hits. But when I got the CD, I noticed there's the bonus track, The Air That I Breathe. So for me, this is basically all the Hollies I really need. And here's one of the first CDs I ever got as well. It's the Buddy Holly collection. It's a 2 CD set. Again, BMG Music Club. Got 50 of Buddy Holly's songs on here on 2 CDs. And it goes through his history there. We got one blue CD and we got one green CD. Now here is an album by the Hollywood Vampires. Check out the track listing there. Now if you don't know who the Hollywood Vampires are, I do believe I have the hype sticker in here that shows you who's all in the group there. It's Alice Cooper, Johnny Depp, Dave Grohl, Robbie Krieger, Paul McCartney, lots of other well-known artists. I think this is their only album they've put out, but they do, I believe, do a lot of touring around. It's mostly Joe Perry, Alice Cooper, and Johnny Depp, I think, are the main ones that are in the actual group touring and stuff. Here we have John Lee Hooker, The Ultimate Collection, 1948 to 1990. This is a good collection of his early blues stuff. And both CDs are basically the same, and it's got a small booklet included there as well. And I think the last one for this video is Hootie and the Blowfish, Cracked Rear View. Again, back from my high school days. This is a pretty popular album, and I believe it just reached its 25th anniversary, and they got a reissue of this out now. If you want to check that out, it's on vinyl and a bigger 2 or 3 CD box set. So if you're into that music, you can be sure and check that out. So stay tuned. That's the end of this video. I got another one coming up shortly, so stay tuned for that.